Incredible afternoon, creatives. I wanted to come on to talk a little bit about the importance of a good logo and how it's designed and how it's made. We've had these chats before, but I wanted to just do a little refresher because this question was asked of me and I had to help someone with this one. And if you are a member of the Sillaholics Anonymous channel, I did a video on point editing for this and showing how long it would take to be able to manually trace something like this. It took me a little under an hour to be able to do it. So if you aren't a member of the channel, join, and that video will be available for you guys to watch the playback of me recreating this. But I wanted to come on, like I said, really quickly and talk about the importance of a good logo. This is cross-post on Sillaholics Anonymous as well as 365 Creative Academy, because 365 Creative Academy is where we will discuss things for your businesses, more specifically creative business, because that's the audience I speak to. But if you come across this video on 365 Creative Academy and you have a business that's not in the you're not a creative entrepreneur, a lot of things that I will discuss will still apply to you as well. And as far as Sillaholics Anonymous, just showing that this can be done in Silhouette Studio. I am Shakia, the professor, and I do live videos like this all the time. Used to be daily, but I'm always helping daily. My job every day is to help creative entrepreneurs, to help entrepreneurs in general, or those who just want to um, just explore their creative side, even if it's just a hobby or a side hustle with Silhouette Studio, sublimation, print and cut, stickers, labels, like all sorts of things. I help people daily with that and to also help them brand and market their business. So, with this particular logo, if you haven't seen my videos talking about logos, definitely check out some of that content as well. We are working to build up some playlists that's going to make it a little easier to find certain videos. But this is the one that was sent, and what she wanted to do was be able to cut this from vinyl. Whenever someone is designing a logo, if they are designing it in a program like Photoshop, where it's not really passed and they don't really have a layer for each one where someone can go in and then pull those and be able to either trace them through automatic tracing in Silhouette Studio, Illustrator, Corel Draw, Affinity, any of those, then you end up having to recreate it. This is basically a rasterized image. It's built up of pixels instead of paths. The dark color in the gradient on the left-hand side is very, very similar and close to the on this side. So if you were to try and do a traditional trace, you would not be able to isolate this because there is no contrast between the colors. So if I were to go over here to my trace tool and go to select trace area, place my box around it. As I take my threshold up, you'll see that it's going to cover up the actual name. As you take it back, you can somewhat pick it up, but you're going to end up with a lot of straggly areas. By the time you go and fill in the majority of the letters, you're going to start to pick up on those dark tones over here. So it's not something that you can just adjust with your threshold, because as you can see, to get it all the way up to at least try and fill in all of this, you lose the word the and part of ink. So you cannot use your traditional trace in adjusting of your thresholds. Even if you were to invert it to where you made the lighter colors, it's going to be the same thing, just in reverse. It's going to fill in the middle sections. Then as you go out, you're still going to have a lot of areas that basically come as distress. It's going to dig into it. So you are not able to trace this. This is something that you would have to do a manual trace on. Am I going to show how to do the manual trace? No, I'm not. You have to become a member over on Sillaholics Anonymous to see that video. Or take one of my classes where I go over point editing. But I basically use point editing. I did a basic trace for the outside part, but for the inside, let's go ahead and ungroup this. As you can see, I now have edit points around this. I can change this to whatever color I want. I could make this background whatever color I want. So I know that she said she was having some issues with sublimation and it coming out to the color that she needed it to be. Well, now that it is traced out and it is in vector format, she could easily, I'm going to go to, let's see, let's go to this one. She would be able to click on this, and I'm going to go down here to some brown tones. So anyone will be able to go in here and fill in these tones with whatever color they wanted to fill them in with. Okay. So you can recreate it and get the exact colors that you may want. And same thing for the actual words. You'll be able to go in there and add gradients to that or just fill it in with regular colors. But you have to get it to the raw vector format first. And that's where learning to use your edit points and how and mastering them, that's where that is like very important. Well, that's key to learn your edit points. But the most important part, if you are contacting a designer, a graphic designer for your logo, think about the ways that you want to be able to utilize your logo. If they are not offering to where they will send you your logo in black and white, raw form, so you can see it without any gradients, without any glitter, without any glitz and glam. If that's not a part of their service and their package is to provide you that first draft as black and white, consider someone else. Ask those questions when you are contacting them. What program are they designing their logos in? What formats will you receive? Whenever I do logos for individuals, I give them the vector format and in a couple of different formats for that as in fact. So I'll do like PDFs and CAD files or SVG basically. Then you have the PNG, the JPEG version, and I'll even save it in an EPS type format. I provide those for my clients so that once I release their logo to them, they're not dependent on me to make any changes or to be able, like for me to make their shirts, make their branded products, be able to print it out, change colors up. So if this company wanted to have kind of a pink thing going for breast cancer, even though it's still their logo and all that stuff, they would easily be able to change this to different tones of pink because it is, oh, come on. Because it is completely vectorized, they can change it to pink. They can change it to red for Valentine's Day, Christmas, if they wanted to put it on something in their branding. Well, their marketing for Christmas time or Valentine's Day or Easter, change it to pastels. But that's when it is in a vector format. And those are easy changes that can be made. And they don't have to always go back to their graphic designer and pay for additional changes when they have it. And they can just open it up even in a free program and make those changes. So make sure that your graphic designer, when you are doing your logo, when you're getting your logo done, it's you think about how you want it to be used. If you're going to only use it in digital formats or printed, like full on printed formats, it's okay to have something that is just flattened, it's gradients, you don't have the layers to it. It's okay for that. But if you want to make vinyl shirts, you want to make certain stickers and or you want to be able to change the colors, it needs to be in that layer format, preferably vector. Most logo designers, they will start off with a vector-based design, which is basically flat 2D, and then they'll take it into programs like Photoshop to add those special effects, add the embossing on it, add drop shadows and things of that nature. But you need to have a clean logo to begin with. All right. So hopefully this video has been helpful for you guys. If you have any additional questions, please do not hesitate to leave them as a comment below. Give this video a thumbs up if you found value in it. If you have not already done so, please hit that subscribe button as well as the share button and share it out with others. All right, guys, until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Peace.